Hey Internet, Gordon Ung, PC World. Tune in this Friday to see our latest build, November 30th, 10 a.m. Pacific, our YouTube channel, Twitch, maybe even live leak if we can get somebody to punch somebody in the face. But this is a build. It's unlike others who are mostly theoretical. This is a real one. Of course, is Dan Masaoka. You know him from many of our PC World, Mac World videos. He's usually in the van behind the camera, working everything. He said, I'm sick of my machine at home. Gonna upgrade it finally. Gonna use some of those Elena super secret deals this holiday.
She helped me a lot.
So what's in your box now?
All right, so my computer is from 2011. It has an i5 2500K, 8 gigs of RAM. I upgraded the video card maybe a couple years ago to a 970.
Okay.
It has an SSD, which I upgraded at some point to a 500 gig SATA-based 2.5-inch, SSD.
Right. No NVMe back then.
And then I have a 2 terabyte spinning disk in there as well. I think that's basically it.
So that you basically have a machine. It really feels like a lot of people have those Sandy Bridge CPUs are great, quad core, no hyper-threading.
Yeah.
But 970, now you're just sick of it. And what do you do? Mostly?
A lot of video editing from home when I work from home and some games.
Okay.
And it edits fine. And I can play games, okay. Obviously nothing's on high or ultra.
Okay.
And it takes long to render out, but it still runs. So I've been using it.
Okay, so you would say 50% games at home, or 50% video, or 60%, 70% gamer? You feel like a 70% gamer.
We'll say we'll split it evenly between actually playing games.
He's trying to get a write-off from the IRS.
Editing, and browsing, watching Twitch, just hanging out.
75% gaming machine, it sounds like, right? So what do you got? What'd you go with?
So let's just start off with a PSU. So I wasn't originally planning on buying a PSU.
Okay. And by the way, he bought all of this stuff almost?
All of this, I bought pretty much everything on Black Friday or Cyber Monday, the whole kind of last week of deals, essentially. And so I was originally not going to buy PSU. I was going to use the old one, but then I saw good deals, and I was like, the one I have is 7 years old. I should probably replace it. I don't know. I'm curious about your thoughts, but I got this one on B&H for $60. And if you went and bought it today on B&H, it'd be $130.
How big is the power supply you have?
This is, I think, 750. Yeah,
I mean the one you currently have.
I think it's 550. But it's old, so I wasn't,
Having an idea of what you're going to put in there, I do think you probably need a bigger power supply.
So,
and that's pretty good. $60 for an EVGA 750 is.
Yeah.
Is it modular?
It is modular. Of course, I don't think you can find a non-modular. You have to look for that.
Good. Okay, good.
All right.
$60 is a good deal.
Here? All right.
Because I was gonna say, but $60. I was thinking, ooh, I should have bought one for $60.
All right, I'll go next to.
The CPU is a big deal. That's what I think everybody wants to know what you went with. I did. Dan asked me a lot of advice.
Yeah.
Didn't take any of it. What'd you go with?
Well, you can 8700K. So this was I've been debating for months between going with the 2700X or going with the 8700K build. Is the $75 to $100 more price difference when you throw in a fan worth it? And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna do it because it is better, it is faster for video editing, for the apps that we use specifically. So I figure, and for games too, it is. So I was like, you know what? In the rare case, I don't need those few extra threads. I'm barely ever in that world. So I'll pay a little extra and get the 8700K.
So my advice to Dan when he asked me earlier is 2700X, 8 cores, 16 threads versus 6 core, 12 threads. There's a lot of advantage, especially, when you first look at it, you go, oh, video editing, more cores. Well, Premiere really doesn't use that much. And actually, there is a really good reason, because we did talk back and forth about this. There is a really potent reason to go with 8700K over 2700X, even though that was my first pick, and that is QuickSync.
Yes.
So the IGP built into the CPU is used by a lot of video editing applications. Intel's done a lot of work to get QuickSync into a lot of apps, especially Premiere. It pays huge dividends when you use it for certain codecs and certain resolutions. So there's good argument for that.
And I feel like there's just going to be a lot of future support for Intel, which I can rely on. And if you're someone like me and I've kept the last computer for 7 years, you know, that extra little bit, you know, in the long run, I think will have paid for itself. So
the extra, you just Dan is one of those folks that it's hard to live down years of FX and AMD parts that were not stellar. And I had
an Athlon 64 in the past, so you know, but it just I feel like I wasn't necessarily burned, but I feel a slight dissatisfaction with going that route.
All right, so
Wait, hold on. There's no Micro Center in San Francisco.
Oh, and I got this one. So for this one, I had my dad he was going to be in Orange County, so he went to Micro Center and got this. So this is $329. You know, on Amazon right now it's $369. But he was, you know, and then I saw him for Thanksgiving, so he brought it. Kind of the timing worked out, you know.
Ed Lucan at Micro Center. If you hear this, take my idea, take the casino bus where you just pack up people, old folks who drive them to the casino. Just pack up you got these party buses, you load them up with nerds, you drive down to a Micro Center so they can get their walk-in CPU special, then you drive them out.
Yeah, it's like instead of going to Reno or Tahoe, it just goes to Micro Center.
And you see them all the time. Out here we get Cache Creek, I'm sure wherever you are, you get your...
I mean, you could pair it. You go to a casino and you go to a Micro Center.
Yeah, that's it. Prime rib and CPUs. You really, nothing gets better than that. Okay.
All right.
So what's the $329 Micro Center walk-in deal? But you made your dad do it.
So this wasn't a big deal on its own, but because then I also got this motherboard from Micro Center. Because if you pair it with a CPU, you get an extra $30 off.
Okay.
So this one was on sale for, I think it would have been $150, but then I got another $30 off because I got the CPU. So together, you know, kind of saved $90 off the whole kind of package.
Okay. And you do have some upgrade room because it's Z370.
Yeah.
You could go to an 8-core Intel CPU if they ever get more affordable, and then there's crazy rumors of a 10-core, so there's a little bit of wiggle room for
and this one has Wi-Fi built in, which I already have a Wi-Fi card, so it's not that critical, but...
Are you using Wi-Fi on your machine at home?
I am. I don't play competitive games anymore. I play slow games that it doesn't matter.
You might as well not play any games on
I might as well be playing World of Warships. That's you're absolutely right.
You cannot play World of Warships on Wi-Fi. That's not going to cut it, believe me.
And then I got reactions. And then I bought just a regular fan, so a Hyper Evo
212 Evo
Clonemaster.
$20.
$20. It was on sale for $30 with a $10 mail-in rebate, so I have to deal with the mail-in rebate.
Sure.
But on Newegg, $20. I was like, oh, it's a pretty good deal. So
can't beat it. You really can't beat it. It's a fantastic cooler for the money.
Yeah. So it kind of also helps make that expense on the CPU not as high because of the,
So you're looking at how much did you buy? So $329 plus CPU, $350.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
2700X is a pretty good steal though on Black Friday, but still
I feel like there's like $230, $250 for the 2700X.
Pretty good. Once you factor in your deals. Okay.
So here's a long story, maybe not that long, but this one I got for $310 on Amazon Prime Day because I was planning on upgrading my computer a while ago, and then I never kind of got around to it, and then so I was like,
So what is that?
So this is 2 terabytes.
Oh, smokes.
So this is gonna be kind of all my games, all the secondary stuff.
Okay.
Semi long-term storage for projects.
Okay.
Because I already have the 500 gig in there, so that would be kind of my working drive, and then I'll have that one backed up to my NAS.
And you'll keep your hard drive in there. You'll keep your.
I'm going to get rid of the Spain disk.
Really?
Because I have this. I have a 500 gig, and then so this was 310. So I didn't save any money on this one because prices haven't come down. I mean, if you look at it right now, it's like $325.
Okay.
So maybe I saved $15. But on Black Friday, you probably could have gotten this for like $250 or something like that, or something close to that. So what if you're gonna buy parts, you should probably just.
And so Crucial.
Crucial, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or MX 500.
Yeah.
Okay. Decent SATA drive.
Yeah. So this is gonna be.
So you're gonna go okay, and then what's your primary storage gonna be?
So my primary kind of running everything is gonna be this, which is my NVMe.
Okay.
M.2. This is 500 gigs, so pretty good space. I got this for $100 on Amazon. Normally $143 if you bought it today. Elena found this one. She was like, "Hey, this is a good deal." And then like the next day, she's like, "Now it's $90." So I could have saved another $10 had I waited a day.
From where?
Amazon.
Oh, you know what? You can call if you're a good enough Prime customer. You can call and complain. I did that yesterday.
Did you?
Yes.
But now I think it's too late because the deal has already
No, you're
gone
screwed
back up.
now. No.
But I should have thought about that. But it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, you know what? If you go into Prime Day trying to get the very best deal on every single thing, chances are you're gonna miss some deals, and then you're not gonna. So
you can't complain. NVMe 500 gigs, 100
yeah.
bucks.
And I also saw the 870 Evo on sale for around a similar price, and I was kind of debating between. I don't know if you have any thoughts on the two. I was like, yeah, they're pretty close, pretty. Unless you're gonna step up to the Pro line, right?
It's hard pressed. I think a lot of the NVMe SSDs that are higher performance, a little higher cost. I'd say it's hard. You'd be hard pressed to tell the difference in performance. They're all pretty good. So, all right, for memory, because you can't use your old. Remember, folks, not. My God, is that even? Yeah, it's DDR3. Your Sandy Bridge is DDR3.
8 gigs. I'm trying to think of what speed
This is the most painful part of this upgrade, I think.
At least prices have. I feel like prices have come down a lot from when I was thinking about buying. So, maybe the amount of money I didn't save on the SSD, I've now made on, RAM price. So I got 32 gigs. Through speed is 3000.
And that's because you do video editing, you do Photoshop. A lot of things that might actually need that memory footprint. That 16 is not going to cut it.
So I was like, I'll step up to the 32, and this was $230.
Okay.
Which is not bad.
And what is it?
Normally $275 if you bought it today. It's CAS 16.
Okay.
So it's not the super fast.
So G-Skill. 32 gigs of G-Skill. Oh, but more importantly, it's got lights.
I know. This is not an RGB build.
What's the clock on there?
3000.
Okay.
So even though the CPU is only really 2666, right?
Oh, well, it's...
How much... I was trying to figure out if it's worth keep on going up on speed when the marginal improvement with that set is not very much.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
if I would run that at 3000. If it's DDR4 at 3000, I'd run it at.
Okay, so yeah, got this, and it's gonna be, going from 8 gigs.
Yeah, well, also NVMe is a huge step up for SATA and sort of felt performance supposedly. I argue this with our storage guy all the time.
And then
and then for graphics.
For graphics, I have this.
This is the one way Dan is gonna cheat here.
Yeah, this one I'm cheating because this one is on loan from Gordon. I wouldn't be buying a video card either way because I have a 970. So I would just be like, you know what?
You would wait it out?
It's only two-ish, 3-ish years old. So for me, that's like halfway through a cycle.
Okay.
So I would have just kept using the 970, but this is a 980 Ti. So that's gonna be a significant boost up. And then,
yes.
maybe once the whole RTX stuff kind of, settles itself out. And
or Navi comes out, we'll see, right?
Yeah, we see where things are going with that.
So you're going with, you would have sat with a 970,
yeah.
But you're going to borrow this in the meantime to make yourself feel better. One thing, though, I will say, that would not have probably run that well on that system. With all the drives you're going to run, with your 550-watt no-name power supply, I would be concerned. So I think your 750 actually is a good pair with this GPU upgrade. If you had to buy today, I don't even know what 980 Ti's go for, but say if you had, how much would you spend? What resolution do you play at home?
Well, I was playing 1080, but I got a monitor recently that's 1440.
Okay.
But again, I don't play really much FPS stuff. It's mostly strategy.
Oh, yeah, you don't even...
you know, and honestly, I don't need a crazy frame rate, and I've been fine with it. So I didn't even honestly debate at all video cards because I was like, I'm not going to buy one. I'm not going to spend $500 right now on a video card.
But that's your price range. That's sort of 1080, 2070 range.
If I had to,
Mega 64.
but when you look at price, it just kind of makes me sick because that's like, it's so expensive.
Well, you can buy them used on eBay, as everyone tells us.
Would you buy a used mining card?
With my money,
Yeah.
it would have to break a certain threshold. If I get a 1080 for $200, yeah, that's worth it, taking a belly.
Are people selling
a
them
crap.
for $200?
Some of them are, but I would not pay $300 for a burned up mining card. I'd feel bad.
But I feel like if you're buying it used,
If there's a warranty
it's
transfer, though, if there's a real warranty transfer and you can verify it without getting burned, I mean, I don't understand. Like, it's eBay, right? How could you? You're always gonna run into somebody.
So I ended up spending around just under $1,200 on everything, but it would have been around $1,450. So I saved around $280, and that was 19%. So by shopping on Black Friday with these deals, saved almost 20% on my build.
That's pretty good. You waited specifically for the sales to do this build.
Yeah, I feel like that's. If I was just buying one little piece and upgrading here and there, I wouldn't have waited. But I was like, I mean, I'm keeping my case and I'm keeping one 500 gig SSD out of that.
So here's my question, though.
Yeah.
No, we debated this. We're running out of time, but I just want to get this.
Yeah.
I probably would have thought about a new case because it's a whole machine. Because you're doing an upgrade. You're doing
it's
an inverse.
essentially a complete new,
Right. You're doing an inverse hermit crab. You're
Yeah.
taking all the parts from the inside, throwing it away, and keeping the shell.
reverse hermit crab. Yeah. Okay.
I kind of think. I mean, because the thing is, you could take the old machine is perfectly serviceable.
It is.
If you throw in a $50 case.
Yeah.
You give it to somebody, or you sell it to somebody.
True. I mean, I could still do that, or I could buy an extra cheap case.
Right.
I can't remember how much I bought it for, because I did have to upgrade it when I bought the 970 because the video card was too big.
Okay.
So I mean, I guess I still have that option, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to use it at home. And then if I give it to my parents, who I think might make the most sense after that.
Dad.
But then I got to
thanks
support.
for going to Micro Center. I'm not giving you this computer.
Now I have to support. That's a computer I have to support.
Yes.
So I think they're better off with just a laptop. They don't.
Sure. Chromebook.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. So that's
even though your dad went to Micro Center, trudged all the way to Micro Center, went out of his way.
He was already in Orange County, so he was already basically there.
Hopefully he's not watching this video.
So, he probably
okay, sounds like a really good build. What are you expecting to feel? Are you going to feel when it's built, ready? You're going to feel like jazz? Like, holy smokes, I can really feel the difference? Anything less than that, you'll be like, oh.
I'll be really curious to see how much render times change. Because I kind of did some preliminary benchmarks that we normally do. And just to kind of see how it compares. But it's, if I only get 15% shave off of my encodes, that's not really, I would say that's not a worthwhile build probably, but if it shaves off half of that,
okay, that's very high expectations.
So
very high expectations.
If you
I think it's actually doable though, depending what you do.
Yeah,
very doable.
So I think it'll be more than I mean, there's a good chance it could be more than 50%.
Yeah.
I mean, the computer I have is slow. It runs, but it's slow.
Where is this in video editing? In Premiere. We're
Premiere
Premiere Shop,
Premiere
none of
editing.
that Final Cut stuff. We're on Windows, folks.
Yeah.
Okay, so it just feels slow.
Yeah, I mean, when
you have 8 gigs of RAM.
8 gigs of RAM.
Okay, it's going to scream, I think.
Yeah.
Going to 32 gigs.
Yeah.
Coffee Lake from a Sandy Bridge.
Yeah.
And you're going to NVMe from a SATA drive. Yeah. And then you're going from 970 to 980 Ti.
Plus, I mean, I was editing some 4K footage at home, and it just like stutters, on playback. So it's like I can't even, do a frame-by-frame edit because it's like so slow. I'm like, ugh.
Okay.
So
we have high expectations. Folks, so.
I think they're real expectations.
They're real, but I would hope so. You just spent $1,200 on a new upgrade. So
I mean, it's still, I would say, not as strong as the computers we edit here on. Because here we have, I think, 64 gigs of RAM, 1080 Ti. So there's still a lot
You
more.
don't have QuickSync though. That is actually the one
Fair,
argument that that you have for Coffee Lake, and the one argument you have for Intel over Ryzen still. So there's a lot of QuickSync out there. So we'll see. But anyway,
Yeah.
tune in. You got any last words, Dan?
I don't think so. I'm not. I don't plan on getting drunk on the next build. Well,
He's
I
not
build
gonna
my.
do
Own,
that.
it's my own personal build.
Oh, come on.
He's not gonna let us near it. That's
No.
a good thing.
Cool it with a cord.
Yeah, I don't want the splatter of Gordon's.
All right, Elena, we'll try to get Elena in here.
No,
so we
I
can
want
do
you
some
here,
work,
but
look for some deals.
we'll give you a face mask that we're wearing in San Francisco, just to make sure
All right, we'll see.
This
Dan's
is my own
gonna,
money. It's not Work's money.
So you'll bring in your fully built computer. We'll strip all the parts out, put that in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See that. So Sandy Bridge, folks who do video editing, tune in Friday, November 30th, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Pacific time.
Don't ask
Standard
me.
Time.
Yes.
PST. I'll bring the bear. He's going to bring the parts. We're going to build a computer.